There is nothing more certain than the faithfulness of God. No matter how unstable life may seem, His plans never falter, and His promises never fail. Consider the strength of a mountain carved over centuries by wind and rain. At first, the elements seem destructive, beating relentlessly against the surface. But in time, what appears to be erosion is actually refinement, shaping the mountain into something even more majestic. The very forces that seem to wear it down are the same forces that bring out its beauty. My friends, life often feels like an endless wave of challenges pressing against us. We wonder if we will crumble under the pressure, if our dreams will collapse, or if our faith will hold. But just as the mountain is shaped by forces beyond its control, so are we refined by the hand of God when we trust Him. It may not make sense at first. It may feel like everything is breaking apart. But in God's perfect plan, what seems like destruction is preparation. What looks like a setback is positioning, and what appears delayed is actually divine timing. This is why the Word of God declares in Nahum 1 verse 7, "The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and He knows those who trust in Him." Today, I want to remind you that no situation is outside of God's control, and no delay is without His purpose. When you place your trust in Him, you are never forgotten, and you are never abandoned. Everything will fall into place. When life closes in around you, it is easy to believe that things are falling apart. You may look at your circumstances and feel as though you are trapped, unable to move forward and uncertain about what will come next. Trusting God does not require that you see the way ahead. It only requires that you believe He has already made a way. What seems impossible to you is already settled in the wisdom of God. His ways are higher than yours, and His thoughts are beyond what you can comprehend. He is never caught off guard, never unsure of what to do, and never limited by what you see. As it is written in 2 Chronicles 20, verse 17, "You will not need to fight in this battle. Position yourselves, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, who is with you." This is the essence of faith. It is not about having all the answers or seeing the outcome before it happens. It is about resting in the certainty that God has already secured the victory. Many times, you will not understand why things are happening the way they are. You will wonder why the door remains closed, why the opportunity was taken away, or why the answer to your prayer seems delayed. But trusting God means believing that even when you cannot see the path ahead, He is guiding your every step. This is why the Word declares in Isaiah 42, verse 16, "I will bring the blind by a way they did not know. I will lead them in paths they have not known. I will make darkness light before them, and crooked places straight. These things I will do for them and not forsake them." God does not ask you to figure it all out on your own. He asks you to trust Him. He is the one who makes crooked paths straight. He is the one who turns darkness into light. Even when you cannot see what He is doing, He is working. Even when nothing seems to be happening, He is moving behind the scenes. Many people struggle with trust because they have been let down before. They have believed in promises that were broken. They have relied on people who failed them. They have tried to hold on to hope only to watch things fall apart. But God is not like man. His promises are not empty, and His faithfulness is not dependent on circumstances. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. What He has spoken over your life will come to pass in His perfect time. His faithfulness reaches beyond your understanding, and His hand is always at work in your life. Even when all seems lost, He is making a way where there appears to be none. This is what happens when you trust God. You may not see the outcome now, but He is preparing a way for you. You may not understand how things will work out, but He is already aligning the details in your favor. God does not forget those who put their trust in Him. He is not limited by what you lack or by what seems impossible. His power is not diminished by your circumstances. When you surrender your fears and place your faith in Him, He will move in ways that go beyond your understanding. This is why you must hold on to His promises, even when nothing makes sense. If He has spoken a word over your life, it will come to pass. If He has given you a vision, He will bring it to completion. Do not allow doubt to rob you of what God has in store. Hold on to faith, even when the way is unclear. Stand firm, even when the battle seems too great. Everything will fall into place when you trust Him. God's timing is never wrong. Waiting on God can feel like standing in the middle of a dry land with no sign of rain. You pray, you trust, and yet nothing seems to change. Every door you knock on remains shut, and every effort seems to fall short. Doubt whispers that maybe you misunderstood God's promises, or that He has forgotten you. He is never late, and He is never too early. What appears to be delay is divine preparation, and what seems like waiting is actually a refining process for something greater. You may be looking at your situation right now, wondering if God has forgotten what He promised you. You may feel as though your breakthrough is taking too long, and that time is slipping away. He does not speak in vain, and He does not promise what He will not bring to pass. God sees what you do not see. He knows the plans He has for you, and He knows exactly when to bring them to pass. If you receive something too soon, you may not be ready for it. If a door opens before its time, it may not be the right door. God is not only preparing the blessing for you, but He is also preparing you for the blessing. God is not overlooking you in your season of waiting. He is preparing you, shaping you, and placing you exactly where you need to be. He does not move according to human pressure, but according to His perfect wisdom. If you are in a season of waiting, know that God is working behind the scenes. Every delay has a purpose, and every closed door is leading you to the right one. When the appointed time comes, nothing can stop what He has planned for you. The enemy cannot block what God has spoken, and circumstances cannot override His promises. God will open the doors that no one can shut, and He will move in ways beyond your expectation. But you must trust Him enough to wait. You must believe that even in silence, He is speaking, and even in stillness, He is moving. Waiting is not wasted when it is done in faith. It is in the waiting that your trust is strengthened and your faith is purified. It is in the waiting that God aligns things in your favor in ways that you cannot yet see. You may feel like nothing is happening, but trust that everything is shifting into place. When the right time comes, the doors will open with ease, the path will be made straight, and what once seemed delayed will happen in an instant. Everything will fall into place when you trust that God's timing is perfect.